Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. 25th of July news episode for you guys. It's a special anniversary. There's a new person in the backroom staff. Bastoni spoke to Gazzetta and he said some very interesting stuff, and obviously some incomings and outgoing news. So without further ado, let's get into the news. Yes, guys, as I said, today is a special day. It's an anniversary, the anniversary of the guy that pretty much is the reason why I support Inter. Like, I wouldn't be here probably making videos for you guys if it wasn't because of R9 Ronaldo Nazario de Lima, the original R9, the OG, iconic player. And of course, Inter on their website, on their social media today, celebrating 25th of July 1997, the day that Ronaldo joined Inter. What a day that was. At 6 a.m. at Rome Fiumicino, he landed after a flight across the Atlantic Ocean from Rio de Janeiro. And then another short one to Milan. He was wearing a pair of jeans and a checkered shirt. It was raining in Rome, but bright sunshine in Milan. The day that my footballing idol arrived. What a jugador, what a player, man. Que giocatore. These pictures, of course, iconic, greeting the fans. And of course, at the time, guys, world record fee that today would be in the hundreds of millions, standing there next to Sandro Mazzola and Suarez. Ronaldo 10, what a shirt, the Umbro shirt, iconic. And nothing was the same after that. This guy, Ballon d'Or winner, UEFA Cup winner with Inter, maybe didn't win as much as he could have, but to me, still my all-time favorite player. So happy anniversary R9 to Inter. Moving on to the next news, very, very important. The new addition to the staff, to the backroom staff for Simone Inzaghi and Inter. Today, Inter announced the new first team club manager, Riccardo Ferri. As you can see here, the official note on the Inter website, Riccardo Ferri named as the new first team club manager. He is a former Nerazzurri defender, an Inter legend. And yeah, a pillar of Inter's record-breaking 1988-89 side. Ferri was a key figure in one of the most glorious periods in the club's history, winning the 1988 Scudetto, 89 Supercoppa, 91 UEFA Cup. He pretty much played his whole career at Inter, over 400 appearances in 13 seasons. Finished his football in Sampdoria for 2 seasons, but spent all of his career at Inter and then became an ambassador even after he finished. He's been doing that for several years. I think he was in charge of the Inter academy in Miami as well. So he's kind of international ambassador for Inter. Very, very well respected figure. Multiple caps for the Italy national team as well. Was, from what I understand, it was just before my time, of course, but I understand he was a very highly rated defender. But of course, he's an Inter man through and through. So this is finally the replacement for Lele Oriali. We've talked about this on this channel and on social media. We've talked about how, I know we lost Conte, we lost a lot of players, Hakimi, Eriksen, Lukaku last season, but the backroom staff losses like Pintus, but Oriali, especially, Oriali's role, and this is what Ferri's going to do, was the link between coach, team, and club. So the middleman that kind of helps everything. He's with the players, but he's also with the team, the club, with the director. So he's kind of manages the relationship between the team and everyone and make sure that things don't get out of hand. Of course, one of the most famous moments of Oriali having this role at Inter was at that moment when Lautaro was substituted after Inter already pretty much secured the Scudetto, and Lautaro was substituted by Conte, and then things started kicking off between them. And Oriali was the one that you could see was the one telling Lautaro to shut the F up when he was, mouthing off at Conte. like the little spoiled child he was being. This first team club manager has the authority over the players as well, just as a coach would do. And of course, it's always good to have people who have represented Inter through and through. They know what this club, what this badge, what this shirt means, what to wear the shirt means, and they can tell that to the players. They can, communicate that in a proper way, and be there if they step out of line. Be those kind of the bad guys at times, but of course the good guys as well. If they feel like Inzaghi is doing something wrong, he can be the one on the ear of the coach, but also on the ear of the player if they feel like he's doing something wrong. So I'm glad that Lelio Reali has finally been replaced, and I think Riccardo Ferri is probably the perfect man to do that. So well done to Inter. Now let's move on to some of the news, the latest Inter news in terms of transfer market. And this is a one that you would think is not particularly important, but actually today Salernitana, who are starting to spend some interesting amount of money, have pretty much sealed the deal to sign Federico Bonazzoli on a permanent 4.5 million euros. But Inter have a 20% sell-on fee, as Di Marzio here reports. He's 25 years old. Bonazzoli was kind of like the original Pinamonti, although he kind of left quite early on to join Sampdoria in 2015. And as part of that deal, Nerazzurri inserted a clause that would entitle them to 20% of any fee of his sale, which is always good. You must do that with any of your youth players. He was at Spal, Torino, up and down, nothing particularly good until last season, where he was good for Salernitana. And I think he deserves to be made permanent. 4.5 million, which around 900k or 1 million will go to Inter. You guys know any little helps at the moment. So thank you, Bonazzoli. Finally, something coming from that side. Speaking of, I was talking about the previous Pinamonti. Here is the actual Pinamonti. Another team is coming for this guy. It was so many teams are interested in him, but no one seems to be putting down the money. However, Salernitana just said they just bought Bonazzoli. They've got this new ambitious owner as well, and apparently they have agreed a deal worth 20 million euros. I mean, I'll believe it when I actually see this, because everyone seems to be saying that they've agreed a deal with Inter for Pinamonti. But I want to see whether this fee is actually straight up 20 million euros we're buying him, or it's the usual loan with option, or is it a loan linked to the fact that Salernitana need to stay up, so reaching some sort of squad goals. But here it says that Corriere dello Sport, so not the greatest source. There has been no shortage of interest for Pinamonti, as we know. Atalanta, Monza, and Sassuolo are the teams that are really actually have come in with actual bids, as far as I know. Now Salernitana made an offer which meets Inter's asking price. However, significant obstacle remains that they have not found agreement with the striker himself. So in this one, I think similar to Monza, it's going to be hard to convince Pinamonti to go for a relegation battling team once again. Salernitana literally escaped by the skin of their teeth. He's definitely, this again, just like I said, Sassuolo or Monza, these would be good moves for Pinamonti in terms of playing time for him. But he's probably going to be not wanting to fight for his life every bloody season. So he probably would prefer a team like Sassuolo and Atalanta. But let's see. Apparently he's not given his final answer on this yet. Let's hope that, if it is true that these guys are coming in with straight 20 million, which I still doubt. But if this is the best offer on the table, I hope he does accept, because Inter just needs someone to go out now, to Inter, for the market to unblock. Right now, nothing's gonna happen if no one leaves, so someone needs to start leaving. And if this is an actual money coming in type of deal, that finally unblocks Inter's mercato, and we could actually bring that centre back that we're trying to bring in, like Milenkovic, whoever is going to be. So again, let's see what happens. I've reported it Pinamonti news so many times over the last month or so. Fingers crossed that this might be the right time. But big decision to make for him. And then finally, the last outgoing news that I want to talk about today is Zinho van Huysden. It has been confirmed that he will join AZ Alkmaar on a season-long loan. The young Belgian defender, who we've not actually seen. I'm not sure why he wasn't even called up to Inter's pre-season. 22-year-old, was at Genoa last season. He joined back on that gentleman's agreement where Standard Liège bought him off us of a little bit inflated fee, and then we bloody had to buy him back for another inflated fee the season after. But he's just always been, even last season at Genoa, just injuries seem to set this guy back. There wasn't any interest in Serie A, which was also surprising because he was actually decent at Genoa the few times I watched him. But, top flight level football in Holland isn't the end of the world. So at least he'll be pretty much probably a certain starter. So wishing good luck to him and hope, again, he can actually have a good injury-free season. So we actually judge the guy because he's highly rated, but we've never really seen him play regular football for a whole season. So is he good enough for Inter? We don't actually know. So let's see. Let's find out whether he is good enough or not. And finally, I want to close the video on Bastoni's interview. Bastoni released a very nice interview in the Italian media yesterday, talking about Inter and, Skriniar, all that kind of stuff. And the headline, of course, is, I see myself staying at Inter for many years. I hope Milan Skriniar stays. Bro, I hope every single one of those words you just spoke there become true. I pray that you stay for many years and, of course, that Milan Skriniar stays. But let's dive into his interview. So as I said, I spoke to Gazzetta, the 23-year-old. Spoke about the rumors, of course, the Conte and Spurs rumors that were very hot at the beginning of the Mercato, which quickly died down thanks to his agent's words and his own actions. I've never had the slightest doubt or considered leaving Inter. Look at that. I have everything I need to be happy here and play at my best. I get along with my teammates, with the club. I love Milan. Why would I leave? Exactly, bro. This is what we were telling Spurs fans. I still see myself wearing the shirt for many years, and in the meantime, I hope to win a lot more. So do we. Keeping the spine of the team, everywhere as we move onto Skriniar, keeping the spine of the team is decisive in general, and I'm not just referring to the Italians like me or Nicolo, but of course, there are guys like Handanovic and Skriniar who may not be Italians by nationality, but embody the Inter spirit. It's also decisive for the group that we keep them as well. And then for Skriniar, he said, that Milan, as in Milan Skriniar, has integrated here perfectly over the years, and we've integrated with him in the defense and we've built together. Plus, he's my best friend within the group, and we've seen that over the years, the pictures of these two guys. They definitely get along well. It would be a real shame if he left us right now. I hope he stays. I think we'll continue to do great things together. Basto, you're getting me right in the heart. And yeah, another player coming out and clearly saying he wants Milan Skriniar to stay. First it was D'Ambrosio, then Captain Handanovic said it, and now Bastoni said it. I mean, how many more hints do you want, Skriniar? We want you to stay 100%. He also touched on Lukaku, as seems like everyone else also is. He is the exact same wonderful person and great striker that he was before. I wasn't surprised by his decision, as we weren't. When you're comfortable somewhere and you want to find a way to return, it's only natural to feel that way. There are no regrets or remorse. It's enough that he wants to help us win again like 2 years ago. Exactly, bro. And then he finished with a little bit of spice as well. Like, he talked about Juve, they strengthened, all that kind of stuff. They signed players like Di Maria, Pogba, Bremer. And then he touched on Bonucci's interview where Bonucci said, Juve are back, the Bianconeri are back. But Bastoni responded saying, it's true, they're back, but it's also true that Inter never left. So, you might be back, but we're still here. So nice fighting talk. I like it. We know our qualities. We know our strength. We won the Scudetto 2 years ago, and we have everything we need to do it again. Exactly. Asked if he thinks the Nerazzurri are stronger now than they were last season. He said, we've been playing together for several years. The understanding we have, the mechanisms, the strength of the group have all improved. For this reason, yes, in my opinion, is stronger than last season, and we can aim high in every competition. In a season like this, so dense and compact, managing our energy and the physical side of things will be crucial. It will be important for us to feel at our best for as long as possible, to have as many substitutes available, 100%, as necessary, with a lot of matches close together. And then there's a hole in the middle of the season for the World Cup, which is an unpredictable variable. So yeah, Bastoni there, not hiding, not shying away from, we're aiming for the Scudetto. You can see, that's what I'm saying. Even though this Mercato, whatever you guys, it wasn't good last couple of weeks, but the signals of the way Marotta, Inzaghi, they're talking this season compared to last season, they're not shying away. Like, remember last season, they were just talking about top 4, round of 16 Champions League, but this season they're talking about winning trophies. Like, this is slightly different, the communication style. And then Bastoni coming out and saying, we won the Scudetto again and we feel like we're better than last year. So I like that. Whether you agree with it or not, that's up to you. I Well, I'm going to wait till the end of this Mercato to judge. But right now, as I said, I know this Bremer thing, Dybala thing is making people sad or whatever. But when you look at it on paper, we've improved the depth. Lukaku's come back. So I am quite happy with the Mercato until now. But of course, we got to wait until the end. And of course, if Skriniar actually stays like Basto says here. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that. What did you make of the Riccardo Ferri news? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you feel like Inter needed that kind of figure? What did you make of Bastoni's comments? What did you make of Zinho leaving? What did you make of Pinamonti? Which team should he pick? You know, he's got a lot of options. Which team? Where should he go? And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, guys, you know what to do. Before you leave, I'm watching you. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and always, Forza Inter.